Today I fucked up by hoarding my grandparents' pension and starving them. My grandparents don't earn much and are living hand to mouth. They don't go out much from their house. So I help them in their routine chores like paying bills, going to ATMs, etc. I'm also in charge of collecting their pension. Few days back, my granddad gave me the undertaking required to collect the pension. It usually takes an hour, but that day it took 3. I also had some things to attend to. So, when I was done, I realized that it was late. I came back to my place, we live separately, and figured that I'll return his pension the next day. The next few days were so hectic that I completely forgot about his pension. I usually keep 2 wallets, one has all the cash, which I keep at home and has the pension, and the other one has only cards. I use the latter one more. After 5 days, I was in need of some cash. So I opened my other wallet, and realized that his pension was still sitting there. I was horrified, and then some guilt came, and then a little more. I was so ashamed that I ran to their house. I knew that they'd be angry, so I bought some groceries as a compensation. As soon as my granddad opened the door, I started apologizing. He kept smiling during my apology and forgave me as soon as I was done. I handed over the pension and went to keep the groceries in the fridge. Well, my guilt was gone and I was again my normal miserable self. I opened the fridge to put the groceries in, and it was literally empty except a few ice trays. There was nothing. My guilt came running back to me. I walked in the kitchen and there was just a half-cut loaf of bread. I knew I was the cause of this. I asked them about it and they told me how they knew I was busy and thought that I'd turn up when I have the time. They didn't even try calling me because of the same reason. I had never been more ashamed in my life. My one mistake pushed them towards starvation. They already had a really hard life. They had been abandoned by their children, who took all their money. First their children stopped caring, then somewhere down the line, they did too. And I guess that's why they've stopped asking for anything from anyone. It's really hard to watch, and still, they keep smiling with their saddened eyes. I guess when you get old, you stop expecting from life anymore. Too long didn't read, forgot to give my grandpa's pension back due to my busy schedule. They didn't have enough money to buy groceries and had to survive on a loaf of bread. Edit, this really blew up. Thank you random strangers of Reddit for all your upvotes. And a special thanks to /u/Grouseakes and all the others for your silver and gold. Even though I don't know you, I know that you're good people. And lastly, thank you Grandma and Grandpa. Edit 2, thank you guys for all your amazing suggestions. I'd try to implement them. And your generous offers to help me out. I'm truly grateful. I'm amazed that this made it to the front page. Thanks guys. Edit 3, guys, check out our /caregiver support, if you want to help someone. It was suggested in the comments. Edit 4, guys, I'd like to give you some context. There are so many valuable suggestions, but I'd like to mention that I live in India. There are not many services available related to elderly. Even the normal food delivery services are scarce. Also, I've tried many things, but my grandparents are very unlucky. They were doing well until 4 years ago, when my grandpa lost his eyesight due to his diabetes and cataract. He now can only see from one eye, having only 1/8 vision, and is advised to not to read or write. He used to handle all the finances, but now he is unable to do anything. My grandma is not literate. She dropped out of school in early years and couldn't read or write much, so she can't access any services. She just does the household chores. That's why I've been helping them. Even after all this, they don't let me pay for anything. Even a simple thing like electric bill payment is reimbursed to me. It's really unfortunate what happened with them, but they don't show it even a bit. They're a proud couple and I really love them a lot. The fact that you're still around probably already means the world to them. Don't beat yourself up too hard. It was a teaching lesson. I just feel like we peaked in our 20s and then it's just going down from there. Instead of telling them to call you when they need something, ask them if they wouldn't mind giving you a quick call every few days to say hi. Tell them you love to hear from them, and in their minds it's not a bother, but rather a task which can help give them something to do. I know, it sounds mean giving a simple job to elderly people, but they can make it part of their routine. It can hopefully make them feel useful, even in a small way. You're a great grandson, stop beating yourself up. Just be careful in the future and never forget it. I did home health for the elderly for a few years and I can honestly tell you they are lucky to have you. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I try to do as much as I can. And they are amazing people. I just wish I could do some more. Is there a way for you to fill their larder/cupboards with a good prepper's range of stocks and canned long-life foods or other things to keep them going in case of snow/payments being delayed? Hey, get them a bread maker for Christmas and a ton of bread mixes. One of the things I used to do for my mother was a box of non-perishables at Christmas and other times. She never wanted any Christmas gifts, and spent most of her money on axes and medical bills and had to get food from the food pantry. So filling up a huge box or two of canned goods and non-perishable foodstuffs always helped. Started doing it for my ex-husband's elderly grandparents, too. Today I fucked up by accepting a proposition for a threesome. Obligatory, this didn't happen today, it happened last summer. Newly obligatory, this will not end in incest. I didn't accidentally eat out my cousin or half-sister or whatever dumbass erotica you're all posting lately. Obligatory, too long didn't read, at bottom. It's a perfect summer night in 2018. I'm leaving a job that I hate with my life, freshly broken up with, ready to throw on my leather and fuck anyone in arm's reach. I turn up to my local watering hole right before 1 am, toss back a couple beers and post up, alone, on the outskirts of the main bar. Last call rings out, the bar is mobbed. I lock eyes with a moderately attractive girl, MAG, who approaches me shortly after. She's equal parts drunk/horny, and does not hesitate to let me know. She's celebrating a friend's birthday with a squad of girls, one of whom sidles up to us and starts hitting on me hard. Mag is totally fine with this, and the friend would land on the higher end of the BMI chart, leading me to believe I'm being hit with a bait and switch. They swiftly disprove that theory by literally asking if I want both of them. Worth noting that this is the only time I've been anywhere near a threesome, before or since, so I jumped at the chance. Next thing I know, we're in a cab on the way back to whoever's house the birthday pregame was. There is alcohol everywhere. They're feeding me shots/cold buffalo chicken dip like it's my last day on earth. Some girl is crying on the couch. My drunkard picks up the signal that an ex-boyfriend is the cause of this girl's sorrow. Having been recently broken up with, I know exactly where her head is at. Having done far too many shots, I am not scared to console this crying stranger. Soon I will be the advice champion, and fuck every girl in the house. I launch into my speech, hitting every point she so desperately needs to hear. You're so much better than him. He obviously doesn't deserve you. You'll look back and laugh at this in a month. I'm now starting to notice that the cheers and applause I was waiting for are actually all death stares, even a few dropped jaws. As it turns out, this girl's boyfriend didn't break up with her. No, he fucking died. The guy died in a car accident and I'm telling her she'll be laughing about it in a month. Nobody fucked anybody that night. Too long didn't read. I was invited back to a girl's house for a threesome, got very drunk and tried to console a girl crying over her ex-boyfriend that she's better than him, etc. He didn't break up with her, he fucking died. Nobody fucked anybody that night. That's clearly untrue, you fucked yourself. Wild ride. Ending threw me for a loop. 10/10. I cringed so hard, must have been awkward as hell. I don't even remember how I got out of there. I guess there were 2 bodies sent to the morgue that night. Newly obligatory, this will not end in incest. I didn't accidentally eat out my cousin or half-sister or whatever dumbass erotica you're all posting lately. I thank you for the lack of cousin fucking and for sharing your truly awkward FU. Today I fucked up by not closing the tab of porn on my phone after masturbating. Here we go. This happened yesterday in university. So, I wake up at 7 and I have 2 mid-term internal class tests from 8:30 to 9:30, and another from 9:30 to 10:30. I brush my teeth and take a bath and go to my room to get dressed. As I am drying myself, I pick up the phone to check time, and it's only 7:20 yet, and I have good 30 minutes as breakfast plus travel only takes 40 minutes from my home to university, and I haven't had a good release since a week. I take my phone, sit on my bed, scratch my balls while searching Pornhub. I take my time and find some videos and start doing my own rhythm. I am all into it and realize I have only 5 more minutes left. I give myself the dopamine and get dressed in a hurry. I reach university, and the examination hall is already full. Here, India, you can only take your stationery, water bottle, calculator, scientific not programmable, and your exam registration. I take my stuff and enter the classroom. The invigilator signs me in and hands me the answer sheet and question paper. I go to my desk, and as I am fumbling around for my pen, my hand senses the phone in my left pocket. I lose my shit and get all tensed up. I try to keep calm and switch it to silent mode and tell myself if I act normally I won't get caught with it, and will probably not get into any trouble. Soon after, the unfair means quad. They check if you have something to cheat, enter the class and go around checking for books or questionable stuff. I keep my head down, and act like I have nothing. One of the female professors lands next to me and tells me to get up. I start sweating and I almost shit my pants. She tells me to empty my pockets, and I take everything out and put it on the desk. She stares at me and picks up my phone. "You seem like a studious one. Why are you cheating?" she said. "I am not. It's an honest mistake." Then she asks me to unlock it so that she can check if I have any PDF or browser open, and says that if she finds nothing, she'll let me go. My heart finally stops powering a jet, and I place my finger over the fingerprint and it opens. My heart now starts powering a rocket as I recognize the black screen with a buffer between it. The video paused. There's nothing on the screen though. No image or thumbnail. Cheating from a video, she says, and she clicks play button on the bottom left. There it is. Danny Daniels and Manuel Ferrara going at it. The sound of Danny Daniels screaming like a cat being strangled echoes throughout the hall. The professor dropped my phone and had a face as if I was masturbating in front of her. Now I have failed computational mathematics and have to give a written apology to the Dean of Academics and convener of examination. Anyway, one girl who was sitting somewhere around me asked which porn was it. Had to send the link. Too long, didn't read. I forgot to close my porn window after masturbating. Accidentally took my phone to the examination hall where it wasn't allowed, and THR professor caught me. She checked the phone and the porn plays at full volume in the hall with 70 people sitting in it. Edit. 1. For the people who think this is fake. It is not. 2. For people who are saying why was I failed and now need to produce an apology. 1. Even though I wasn't cheating, it is because in India these things are taken very seriously, and even small stupid things are grounds for detention and lawful action. Also, I only need to apologize for the phone and not for the porn. 3. The porn was Manuel Ferrara and Danny Daniels. They don't have much together. You will easily get it with one search on Pornhub. If I may suggest something much more better, please try Manuel Ferrara and the goddess Remy Lacroix. The video starts with them talking about cup or something. That also is easily available. 4. About the girl who asked for the link. I was standing outside the hall for the invigilator to take me to the office of the convener of examination for further process, and boy was she taking her time. The girl must have finished her paper soon and left the hall. As she came outside, she asked me why did I bring a phone to the exam, and even if I did, I could have just reported it and handed it over to the invigilator and collected it after the exam. I said I could have, but I couldn't think at that time and was afraid. After that, the invigilator told me to report to the office without her. The girl accompanied me to the admin office. I accepted my fault, signed the confiscation receipt, and collected my phone. It was switched off, so turned it on, and she just casually was peeking at it from the side. She asked to show me what was the video while giggling, and I thought what the heck and showed it to her for a split second and then closed it. She started laughing and told me I am weird and then casually asked to send her the link. Then while we walked to the cafeteria, she told me she was my senior and was the co-mentor for my yearly project the previous year. She remembered my name and my department. Then we parted ways. For fuck's sake, she is cute. Stop telling me to pursue her. I have another exam later. Maybe we'll meet her there. The Indian people here obviously understand why such strict action was taken against me. Edit 2. Man, I have been reading the comments and you bastards are funny as fuck. I have been quite depressed since a few weeks and this cheered me up good. Thanks for whoever sent the silver and gold. I haven't figured out what to do with them anyway. Edit 3. Invigilator is an actual word, people, and we use it all the time. In fact, that is the word for exam proctor here in India, borrowed down from the time when we had a case of Britishers. Thanks for the gold and silver again. Open some sort of privileged subreddit, I think. You failed because the woman pushed a button on your phone and saw porn and proved you weren't cheating. That's super harsh. I wonder, if she saw a funny cat video or whatever, would op have still failed? If yes, then it seems that pressing play was unnecessary. Or did op fail because of her embarrassment? That's her problem, not op's. This story almost seemed like the beginning of a porno itself. Was the unfair means lady wearing black leather, by chance? Mom, where are you going? Me now, just to my room to administer some dopamine. If you have broken arms, you could just ask her. I give myself the dopamine is now my favorite saying. Sure. I don't have any intellectual property right on that. Get accused of cheating, play loud porn for the professor in class to assert dominance. Chick in class is suddenly DTF. Sounds like a good day to me. I'm still stuck on how he has to give a written apology when the exam person was the one who unpaused the video. It's not like he was planning on rubbing one out in the exam hall.